so look, it's easy. Graph, histogram. Simple.
Yeah, I didn't bring my phone, so.
Okay, so graph.
Okay, now what is it you want to do with this thing?
So I wanted to use
Okay, what is it?
the
Graph
data.
what?
Okay.
Well, like labeling the histogram?
Histogram.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's just make one histogram to start off with. Suppose we do just goods producing. So, or private, how's that?
Okay.
So we double click it to bring it over here, or you could also click it and then select over here to put it over here. Okay, now let's do nothing else. Let's just hit OK.
So you select the variable, right?
Yeah. Okay. You saw this one work?
Yeah, that's pretty much what we got.
Now, if you want my advice, look, you can edit what this guy looks like
Yeah,
to some extent.
that was the problem.
So you can double click on the bars. And now if you double click on the bars, you can change some of the attributes. So fill pattern, you can change the color or the fill here. Background color, maybe you like red. I don't know. Maybe you want some kind of hashing. I think that kind of looks ugly myself. So solid fills are fine. Okay. So suppose we have this. I actually like, what else can we do here? Borders and fill lines, that's all aesthetics. So you can group your histograms by a particular category. We don't have any categories to group by, so there's no point in doing it. Options, base position, that's kind of bogus. Binning, well, binning is nice because that lets you select how many bars you want.
Okay.
So first of all, I'd select your interval type to be cut points. What cut points is going to do, if you select just that, that's going to put your lines of these bars right here at the numbers. It makes it easier to read.
Okay.
Versus the other way is if you put it back to midpoints, in my opinion, it's a little bit harder to read.
Okay, how about years?
Yes.
That's what we were trying to get to and we couldn't.
What do you mean years?
So the data across years. So what it looked like in
Well,
1962.
first of all, a histogram obfuscates the year.
Oh,
It takes all of this
it
data
combines.
and it ignores the year. And it's just putting it saying, oh, you have this many observations here.
I see.
This many observations here. That's what the histogram does.
Okay.
It's ignoring time.
So the frequency is the number of years
Now there.
It's the number of
years that have.
that are in that.
Okay,
in that
all right.
categories. Now, if you want more years, you can say, okay, I want more years or more 50, more intervals represented here. Well, 50 is good much. Maybe 20, maybe 20%. Now you can, and if you just move your mouse over the bar, you can say, okay, there's two guys in there that are between 44,000 and 48,000.
Right.
And that's all the histogram does.
Okay.
That's all the histogram is used.
But let me
It's not
ask you
useful.
something.
It gives me an idea of what is going on with just this. What does the distribution of this guy look like? I can now tell, hey, look, there's a huge number of guys between 100 and... I wonder why there are so many of these. I wonder which years are they? Do they fall into the same year? I wonder. Or does it happen in multiple years? Or where are
Right,
they?
yeah.
But at least gives me a sense for where the majorities are, what the variability is. I get some idea of what's going on. Now, I think what you really want is a time series plot. I think so. I think that's what you want. So,
Yeah, the time series plot was where I failed because that's where it's like I was projecting goods or whatever out to 200 years from now.
So you see time series plot here?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just do simple. And your series is, let's just do total private now. Let's see what happens if we do nothing. Okay, so this is an ugly index right here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we want to change that index.
You double click on index.
I just double clicked on the plot to see what it would do. Labels. Yeah, actually you can't do it from here. You're going to have to get rid of this thing. Time series, simple. So now what you do is you go to, I think it's labels here. Data labels. Use labels from a column. And then pick year.
Okay.
Lemma. Oops.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
That's not quite. That's not as bad as
Let's
mine.
Try it again. Labels, get rid of the data labels. Y value label. Okay, so no data label. Okay. Make sure it's not there. How about time scale? There we go. Start values. Use a stamp. Stamp from year. That should do it. Lemon.
Okay.
Can we do that again?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
would you think?
So graph,
Is that time scale?
time series.
I'm curious.
It's simple.
You said time scale?
Time series simple, and then you go to time scale, and you go to stamp. And then in here you're going to pick year.
Okay. In yours picked. Okay.
And years picked.
Okay.
You can change the axes here, you can change grid lines, reference lines. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't know what a lot of these things do. I just sort of play around with it until it works. That's what that's gonna have to do.
Yeah. That's
No,
what we
for
did
some
for
reason-
2.5 hours.
I mean, just to get,
What, I did it, it took me like 2 minutes.
well, you, because you know.
Yeah. It took us 2 hours to.
Yeah.